Working on assembling another 48 volt Batt Bridge. That way I can do a test. I don't think this one's wired correctly, because I didn't get the same results or readings from this one as I did with the one with the switch. So I'm going to make another one and double check it's wired correctly, and then we'll test it and compare the results. So according to our diagram, for our 3 LEDs, we want to connect the 2 positives of the red and the green, and the 2 negatives of the red and the green. The negative side is your negative tap. The positive side is your positive battery pack tap. And the negative from the positive error LED and the positive from the negative side error LED go together to form your center tap. And then our resistors will go on each of the outer legs. So before I assembled this, I did a quick color coding. So as you can see, the 2 error LEDs, I have the negative on the left and the positive on the right coming together. That's our center tap. And we curve it around here. You can see the 2 black marks. That's indicating the minus of the red LED and the minus of the green LED I'm holding. That's our minus tap. And then we spin it around. And this is the positive 2 legs of the green LED I'm holding and the error LED. And those would be to the positive tap. Okay, so we've double checked that our LED loop is connected properly. So now this one I'm going to connect as per Lee Hart's actual diagram here, and the resistors should go on the battery end of the wires, not up here on the LED end of the wires. That way, from the battery up here to the LED pack, it's only the 10 to 20 milliamps, not full pack voltage, because you have the protection of the resistors on each side. So I'm going to work on getting this assembled and we'll do some testing. First thing I did was strip back about 1/4 inch of the insulation off our 3 wires, and then I'll tin the ends with a little solder in our soldering iron here. And we'll start off with soldering our center tap lead to the 2 red. Now we've got our orange wire soldered to our positive lead side of the LED loop, and then now we'll solder on our blue wire to the negative side of our LED loop. Okay, now we've got our green wire hooked up in between the 2 error LEDs, and we've got the blue wire hooked up between the negative side error LED and the green LED, and then we have our orange power lead wire hooked up between the green LED and the positive side red error LED. I add a little shrink wrap to our solder joints. Well, shrink it down and it'll help protect and insulate them from each other. Alrighty, I got our upper connections all shrink wrapped, and we'll move on to the other end. For the other end here, we've got our 2 resistors. I'm going to clip off the blue and the orange wires, our positive and negative leads, shorter than our green center lead. That way I can add our resistors in the battery end of the wires, and then also add a little bit more wire at the end for actual attaching to the battery. Here I got our resistor soldered on to the end of our blue or the negative lead. I'll solder our other resistor onto our positive lead. Alrighty, that should do it for our positive lead as well. Let's get our extension wires soldered on. Yeah, I got our two resistors soldered into our positive and negative lead wires. They're a little bit longer than our center tap leads. I'll trim them all off even. Throw a little shrink wrap over these to protect all these open connections, and then we'll test her out. Alrighty, we now have our resistors soldered in and sealed up. Alrighty, Batt Bridge is showing we're in balance. Got 13.0, 12.9, 12.9, and I don't know about this goofy thing.